views and opinions of this program are those of the persons appearing on the program and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of the Kingdom podcast. The show might include strong images and language that may not be suitable for all audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
This episode of the Kingdom Podcast is brought to you by the Bunk Collective.
It's scary to even think about this show. Through hell or high water amidst the variety of challenges, and after 8 years of doing what we do best, one thing united us all. One show ruled them all. When you played the Game of Thrones, you win or you die. There is no middle ground.
Wait a second. I think you got the wrong kingdom. Do you even know what happens on the show?
I was not prepared for that story that you're about to tell.
Are they the inevitable next nations group?
Not when they're handled by JYPE.
When a boy group idol is seen with like a girl group idol, a lot of people like suddenly here like dating, and then fan sites are gonna start closing down.
Yeah.
You know, all those stuff, and I'm like, I don't understand why.
Interacting with 60 different countries around the globe and listened to by thousands from the Philippine archipelago, The Voice is back for Season 2. Fearless, better, stronger, and boy does he enjoy the grind.
They're gonna be like, oh my god, let me sit on that. Like, OMG, no, stop.
We talk about what other K-pop shows are fucking afraid to talk about.
People will get invested only to know that they will disband. Because, everyone gets old at some point and they can't always be an idol.
Just because you love someone, that's not how they grow, right?
That's right.
You need to give it to them straight. You need to be honest.
From personal matters to all the juicy stuff, no holds barred.
They're like, oh, I don't trust multis because I don't
Unfollow.
Okay, muted. Got you.
Broadcasting live from Manila, Philippines at the TKP Studios. This is the revelation that is the Kingdom Podcast, Season 2, with your host, the baddest SOB in K-pop podcasting history, the king himself, The Voice, DJ Yuuki.
So I bought a brand new TV, and the only reason why I did it is mainly because of us needing a brand new TV. It's not that the TV that I have now is broken, but the TV that we have on a different house is broken, and I was like, okay, so we need a brand new TV for the other house. Okay, cool. It's like, why would I buy a friggin' brand new TV and put it like on the house that I'm not living in when I can buy like a brand new TV, I guess upgraded it in some sort, and then have this big ass television here as well just be transferred there? Because who's living there? It's just my uncle, my grandmother, and then it's like no one's really using 4K Android TV fucking like features on a TV, and I will. So I brought a brand new TV, and yeah, it's expensive, but I think it's totally fine with what I'm going to do with it. So I guess that's this is me trying to look into Mamamoo in higher, more defined definition. So friggin' A. Although it's not here yet. I mean, it's here, but I haven't set it up yet because I'm having people install it, and my schedule's on Monday, so it kind of sucks. But anyway, yeah, good shit. Welcome back to the podcast. This is the Kingdom Podcast Season 2, brought to you by Anchor.fm and the Bunk Collective. This is Yuuki, and boy, oh boy, do I have a show for you. I know we've been out for a week, and a lot of personal things that are happening, in my life right now. So I had to take a few good number of days, off the podcast. And plus, there's 10 episodes already in season 2, so might as well check them out if you have the time. And the show today, obviously, is going to be Mamamoo centered again, and I don't say that in a demeaning kind of way. It's just that there's a lot of things that we need to talk about Mamamoo, and we haven't really totally addressed everything, if in lack of proper term. And I think I have the perfect guy to talk to you guys about Mamamoo and their future, and of course, Wheein signing into a different company. We haven't really talked about that, which we will right now. So please welcome on the show. You might know this person. This guy, I'm pretty sure you've seen a lot of his edits, and a lot of it are showing up in different subway stations. So this guy's really cool. He is such an awesome person, saying yes to this. He's very shy, but we're gonna change that. We're gonna change that for this episode. So please welcome on the show for the first time, hopefully not the last. This is Mikee. Mikee!
Hello everyone! Wow, ang taas ng energy!
I love it! This is how you do a podcast. Jesus Christ. Mikee, how are you doing, bud?
I'm looking good and feeling gorgeous.
Wow! I love it! That's it. That's the spirit. Okay, so with you looking good and feeling gorgeous, we can put that another way around, right? Feeling looking gorgeous and feeling good.
Feeling good.
Yeah, good shit. So Mikee, now that there's a pandemic, how is it coping up when it comes to standing Mamamoo for you? Just out of curiosity.
It's been a shit show. Oh my God. Pwede mo magmura?
Yes, putang ina. Magmura ka lang all the way. Let's go!
But really, Mamamoo kept my sanity. They diverted me from being this crazy person, being bombarded with the pandemic, the online classes.
Yeah.
It's like Mamamoo brought me into the light. Wow, Lord, ikaw ba yan?
Gusto ko yung brought me into the light. Gusto ko yun. I think that's the quote for the day. But sincerely, it's such a difficult time to be, I guess, standing a group. Well, we kind of adjusted already, right? It's been been a year and a half, almost 2 years since the pandemic started, and at that time, concerts were canceled, and then a lot of fucking orders were canceled as well. You ordered this Mamamoo album, we got scammed. I know we weren't able to get a refund for, I think that was a Rib album on a specific online shop, which I'm not gonna name, but a lot of people would probably know who they are. So we got I guess, in lack of proper term, scammed kasi di naman namin ako yung refund namin, and kept on contacting that page, and no one's responding. So pretty shitty way to start the pandemic, I guess. But I think we've all adjusted, right? And looking into what they're releasing, even though there's a pandemic, and how they're approaching concerts, online concerts, things like that, I think it's pretty okay, don't you think?
Yes, I agree with you, because we don't have a choice to ano bang tamang term? Siguro
we have to accept.
Yes, because the temptation of capitalism is very hard.
That's right. Jesus Christ. You have to put it that way. Putang ina.
And then we really find joy when we get something out of those groups we stand, di ba?
Absolutely. Yeah. Totally agree with you.
And then so it's really difficult to syempre, very, very hard to find, especially at these trying times, to find the funds para makuha or makabili ng merchandise. Pero at times, it's really not about buying merch it's not about buying merch that will siguro identify you as a fan. It's more than that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was never that to begin with. I totally believe in that saying where, like, I don't give a fuck on what you buy. I mean, kung mayaman ka and you have the money, by all means do it, right? But it's like, if you're a fan and you have limited budget, but you share the same amount of love and respect towards your idols, I could give a rat's ass on what you buy or what you not buy. Tangina, kahit CNA puta ng mga Class A bullshit lang yung binibili mo, that's totally fine. It's like, at the end of the day, you're a fan, and that I respect.
Yes,
so,
yes.
I mean, especially now that there's a pandemic, it's like, shit, how am I going to get the funds? It's like, you know, people here and there like are working, and then at one day you're working, another day you're fired, you know, things like that, which is like super scary if you think about it, but
and
you know, that's the reality.
Especially most of K-pop fans are students, and students get their fans for merch from their allowance.
That's right.
And syempre, online classes, walang baon, so walang allowance.
That's true.
So it's really a struggle for us. Pero I always remember na it's not really about the merchandise that makes you a fan. It's how you support them in your own way and in the best way you can.
Look at that, putang ina, fucking A. Good shit. Okay, so speaking of being a fan, let me get to know you a little bit better. So I know you've been a fan of Mamamoo for a while now. Can you tell us about your Mumu journey? Like, what happened there? How did it start out for you?
All right, this is quite a long story. Can you bear with it?
Yeah, of course. I'll give you 2 minutes. Okay.
Wow, rap battle.
Rap battle. Sige, just go. Like, how did it start out for you?
Well, way back in 2016. Tama ba ang math ko? 17, 18, 19, 22. Almost 5 years na akong Mumu. I've been a Mumu for almost 5 years.
Yeah, same. Yeah,
wow.
2016. I started with I think I started with Donis Mondul.
But I started Decalcumani memory.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're well. Decalcumani is in 2016.
So the story was, yes.
Oh man. Okay, I'm not doubting you.
November 2016.
Yeah, it is the latter part of 2016. Cool. All right. So, yep.
Yes. So the story was, I was in junior high school, around grade 9 maybe. And then there's this girl I really, really like. I have a huge crush. And then my friends told me, Mike, if you want to be close with her, you should know her interests, her hobbies, the things she likes. And then I found out she likes K-pop. So I'm like, oh my God. Well,
not that.
Not that.
It's like, fuck.
Because, no, not K-pop. Out of all the things, bakit K-pop pa?
Agreed.
So before, kasi I was a big fan of Katy Perry, Katy Cat. Siguro, I was in elementary, really, really big K-pop fan. And when I started to become a K-pop fan, siguro, nawala na rin. I slowly drifted away from Katy because of being a K-pop fan, which I did not regret.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because being a K-pop fan, there's endless possibilities, endless content.
Endless gastos.
It's never ending. And then, back to the story. My God, even thinking about it makes me cringe. Bakit ba ganun ako hopeless romantic?
No,
ano ba yan? So
I totally understand. I'm a big hopeless romantic as well. Like, I cry at sitcoms, so...
So, this person, let's call her Kay. Kay was a big K-pop fan at that time. So, I told her, I messaged her once. I go, hey, Kay, I'm really interested in K-pop. Do you have any groups to...
Bullshit! Oh my God, you started with that?
I did! That was our first conversation.
Holy shit, Mikey. What the hell?
Cringe.
Hey, and I would, I don't know, like, if I were that, hey, Kate, what's up? Like, how are you? I've been seeing you from afar, and I like what I see.
What? Hindi ganon. Oh my God.
It's like, hi, Kate, do you have OnlyFans?
Yes.
No, I'm kidding. But, okay. It was just like the realization of starting the conversation with, hi, Kay, I know you like K-pop. I like K-pop too. Can you give me recommendations? Like, it's a bit like super cringy to me. Not a bit. Like, fuck.
Me too. Even thinking about it, my God, goosebumps.
I love it. Okay, and then?
And then she sent me a list of songs, maybe around 10 songs from different K-pop groups. Some of them were Miss A,
Good
Only
shit.
You.
Yeah.
Really remember them. And then there was Icon. I forgot what's the song. And then Akmu, Akdong Musician.
All right. Yeah. Well, she has good taste then.
Mm-mm. And then another Sistar. She also sent Sistar.
Yeah, good stuff.
And then 21. But what really caught my attention was Akmu.
Oh, okay.
The song Give Love.
Yeah. Good song.
Do you know that song?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Very, very poppy love. When I first entered the world of K-pop, I was a fan of Akmu.
Okay.
That went on for almost when they guested so Weekly Idol. May Weekly Idol pa ba?
Yeah. They're still Weekly Idol. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. They guested Weekly Idol, and then Hani from
EXID, yeah.
was one of the hosts there.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yes, she guessed one of the guest hosts. Hani mentioned that she's close with Moonbyul of Mamamoo.
Okay.
And then I tried to look them up in the internet, and then they really caught my attention na talaga. Sabi ko, oh my God, this is the group for me. I don't care about Akmu, fuck having a crush with K. This is, oh my God, I found my group. Forget Katy Perry. What's with Katy Perry? So I really found Mamamoo because of my puppy love way back in junior high school. My God.
Okay.
So that's the story. I went on and had some research, and then siguro eksakto lang we will be having a comeback on that month. So I remember going outside their house because we don't have Wi-Fi back then. I only have broadband. My God, broadband.
Okay.
So
Jesus Christ.
So jologs.
So jologs.
So prehistoric. So I outside our home, and then
what did
so
you do?
I went after and for 10 p.m. PHT at 12 a.m. KST. I went outside our home. Oh my God, there were so many mosquitoes. I buried with it, and then I watched for the very first time. My very first comeback is Mamamoo de Calcomani, and then the rest was history.
Wait, one second. So 1 second. You went to her house to watch the Calcomani?
No, I went outside our house.
Oh, you went outside your house to watch the Calcomani.
Yes.
Why can't you watch it inside the house?
Because the internet was shitty. It's really slow.
Speaking of internet being shitty, like your signal right now is shitty as well. But
Oh
I'm
my
trying to
God,
understand.
really?
No, it's totally fine. I feel like because I'm recording via Zoom, as far as your audio goes, it'll be totally fine. But
okay, I'm
like,
so sorry.
No, it's totally fine. You don't have to worry. Anyway, so you went outside, you watched the Calcomani, the rest was history. Who was your bias at that time?
Oh, my bias at that time was Moonbyul, the rapper.
See, like every time, here's what I'm talking about, you guys.
Yes.
Like, I think because we're clamoring, if you're a girl group fan, and you know the usual, I'm not going to say generic, because that would be, I guess, derogatory in some sense. The usual concept of a girl group idol or a girl group member is nothing like Moonbyul. Nothing like her. I guess you can say that to all the Mamamoo like members, but especially when it comes to Wasa and Moonbyul. And I feel that because not because when I think about it, like how am I gonna say this? But it's not because Wasa is not standable. Obviously she is. She's the most famous of them all. But I guess because Moonbyul kinda looks and still looks like, you know, the usual K-pop girl group member, you would stan her first. Plus that voice is just so signature. No one sounds like her. I always compare her as the top of girl groups. It's like
the top.
the top of
Interesting.
girl groups, right? I mean, she's like TOP, with Big Bang, and because she has that super deep voice and stuff, and like probably the next one that I can think of when it comes to like having a girl group girl group member having a deep voice would probably be Heejin of Luna. Who's my bias? Like, I don't know if you know the girl group Luna, but they're like super great.
I know the group, but I don't know the members.
Oh yeah, I mean, you gotta search for Heejin. You gotta listen to how she talks. So like, she has a deeper voice than Moonbyul, to be honest. But when she sings, it's like super high. So it's it's like when she talks, it's like, oh, hello guys, blah blah blah. Seryoso, ganun siya. She sounds exactly like that. Hi guys, how you doing? My name is Heejin. And then when she sings, it's like super high, and it's like, huh? How is that even possible? So, Moonbyul doesn't really fit the bill when it comes to girl group idols, and this is what I'm talking about. Because we're clamoring for some sort of change when it comes to girl groups, and you see a girl group like Mamamoo, you immediately look at Moonbyul. Immediately. And I guess, and I'm saying this, like, probably I'm wrong, probably I'm right. When it comes to standing Mamamoo, I think Moonbyul has to be the first bias that you have. And then you figure out, like, along the way, who your real bias is.
Yes, that's true. That's really true.
So
most of Mumu's first bias
Moonbyul,
is really
right?
Moonbyul.
Exactly, right. So Moonbyul was your bias. Is she still your bias now, or did you shift biases?
No, my bias now is Wasa.
See, see, this is what I'm talking about. This is what happened to me as well. For the longest time, I was a Moonbyul bias since Non is Mondol, and then I watched Gogo Bebe, and I was completely in denial that Wheein was my real bias, even since Non is Mondol. It's like, Wasa is like super cool. You're the best is not Wasa, Moonbyul. Moonbyul was really cool and stuff, and I think that You're the Best really featured Moonbyul really well. And then I was just in denial that Wheein was actually my one and true bias. And then Gogo Bebe happened, and then it's like, inamin ko na lang sa sarili ko. I had to admit it. It's like, I'm sorry, Moonbyul. It's like, I have to jump ships and go with Wheein, because Wheein is really my real bias, and I was just in denial all these years. So I guess that's kind of like a recurring theme when standing Mamamoo, is that Moonbyul being your first bias, and that's totally fine.
But for me, oh my god, I'm gonna be controversial and brave again.
It's fine, go for it.
Oh my god, this is like a revelation for everyone.
Ano ba yan? Yung OnlyFans account mo ba yan?
Ay, hindi pa.
Ay, di
Sa
ba?
later part.
I love it.
Charot!
So, if you know Mikey's deactivating his account, right? Kasi mag-OnlyFans na lang siya.
Oo, wala kasing pera sa fan.
I love it. Oh my God, Mikey. Oh my God, you're hilarious. Okay, so you were saying?
As I was saying, I switched bias back in Yellow Flower era, Starry Night era, because that was really the prime of Wasa. And then I'm starting to notice, this is the reason why I changed bias. I'm starting to notice that Moonbyul's solo merch are getting more expensive every single year.
Oh, is it? Really? I didn't I didn't even realize that. Okay.
And maybe in the poor mood that I am.
like a lot of us.
Yes. I went through all their merch, and then I found out, and this is the truth, the sad truth actually, that Wasa's merch is like, the cheapest out of all the four. Because imagine, Wheein's Magnolia album is worth, tens of thousands. They're selling it in biddings. Oh my God.
Parang mga gago
and
lang
then,
Minus 10 kayo sa hell.
Yes, oh my God. Oh my God. And then there's Solar with her Gamsong albums. Her LP, there was an LP version of her album, and it sold for almost tens of thousands again. And then there's Moonbyul with her Selfish Skin. At that time, there was limited edition. The Selfish Skin was limited edition. So sellers were really like pinatong-patong yung presyo, so super mahal.
Right.
It was really expensive, and I found that Was's merch is cheapest out of all the four. So because okay, it will be easier to collect all her merch if I change my bias to Wasa. So that's the reason. But now, oh my God, si Mikey canceled era.
Cancelled to,
like
cancelled mo to. Oo, hindi. I don't approve, no, charot.
But as time goes by, I realized how colorful, how distinct, how unique Hawasa's artistry is, especially with Maria. Oh my God, Maria, take me to heaven.
Look, it's like I like the song, just not the ending. That's so weird. But you know, Ali, you know Ali, right? Ali's my girlfriend. And
yes.
We live together. Ali's just like behind, well, in front of me right now, and she knows that.
Hello, Ali.
And she did. You know Aya, right? So Aya did the same exact thing. It was like I was telling Ali, look, I love the song, just not the endings. They did the Maria dance break, which is horrible because I feel that Maria as a song, just the usual beat, would have worked out better. And then there comes that na 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 na. I was like, fuck.
Nah.
It's horrible. I don't like it. As a musician, as a fan, I don't like it. But I guess that's artistry.
Wow. All right. Yes,
no,
yes.
Everyone, like, if you listen to this podcast, you would know that I hate that. I hate that part. It's like when I watch Maria and I watch Aya, I skip those parts. It's like, okay, next song.
Aya is too overwhelming for me. The last part, it's too overwhelming. There's a lot going on, and then that's where I usually skip to the next song.
Yeah, see? Yeah,
it's too overwhelming. But for Maria, it's okay because I
really
like
stop lying to yourself.
No, I love it. I love it so much. Maria is my comfort song.
I guess to each its own. I love Twit better than Maria, but Maria is a good song. Maria's a good song without the ending.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess that's for me. So okay, now that Was is your bias, so before we get to our first commercial break, when did this editing gig start? I mean, what happened there?
Oh, okay. So this started last year around Maria era. I started editing countdown posters for Maria era because I found while scrolling through my personal account on Twitter, and my best friend is a big Lady Gaga fan, I noticed that some of her fans would do these countdown posters because at that time Lady Gaga would drop her Chromatica album, and her fans made some countdown posters like 30 days before the release. They would make these posters, and then I realized I have the time in the world. I have no classes. There's this pandemic. I have my laptop. I have nothing else to do. So I'll try my best to edit some countdown posters starting with, a week before the release. And that started it. And that went on until wow. Yes. Mamamoo's wow comeback. Yeah.
Oh, the goodbye song?
Yeah, the goodbye song.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Yeah. So we'll probably talk about that later on as like a side topic. But so it continued until the last more or less comeback. And now you're just stopping, right?
Yes.
And we'll talk about that later on. But freaking A. Like, a lot of people know you, Mikee, and that's why, like, when I asked Ali, who can we guess, like, she immediately thought about you. Because
really?
Yeah, because one way or another, if you listen to this podcast and you're a big Mumu, one way or another, you would be able to see one of Mikee's edits. I'm pretty sure about that. Because it was everywhere. It's like, it's on subways, it's on freaking, promotional posters and shit like that. And it's insane how, like, you got, like, the idea on editing. And it's like, I saw your work, and your work is tremendously good.
Thank you, everyone.
So see, like, if you want to hire Mikee, you can just tweet him. So, baka kailangan nyo ng commie. If you're looking for commissioned work,
OnlyFans na lang.
OnlyFans, yeah. I'm gonna start our OnlyFans as well. Like, it's just me in my boxer briefs. I don't know. Let's get to our first commercial break. When we come back, we'll have more of Mikee and more of the Kingdom Podcast Season 2. Do not go away, you guys.
Hey everyone, Mo Twister here. Just as long as my guy Yuuki here is talking about Jenny Kim, then I'm all over this podcast. You're listening to the Kingdom Podcast with the voice DJ Yuuki.
We are Bunk Collective, and we are podcasts that'll shake the podcast industry. No, wait, that's overpromising. We are Bunk Collective, and we're here to define meaningful storytelling. Nah, doesn't feel right. We are Bunk Collective, and we're here to make meaningful moments. Scratch that. You know what? Let's just say it like it is. We are Bunk Collective, podcasts that came to play.
A bunch of playful and creative people telling our stories on our own terms.
No matter your type of podcast, there's a ton to play with.
And there's a lot more joining the collective real soon.
So press play and play with us.
We're here to give you a good time.
Naguulat mula sa shore na kasing pretty ko.
Bringing you the latest and greatest.
And diving deep into the cool waters
of BLs and GLs.
And every kind of love there is.
We are the Shippers.
Sail with us as we watch our favorite queer love story.
And update you about the latest every week.
Kaya tara, sakay na as we sail the open seas.
With new episodes Mondays and Wednesdays on all major podcast streaming platforms.
Sakay na you. Let's go.
You are listening to the Kingdom Podcast. All our episodes are available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and on Anchor.fm. Your weekly dose of K-pop is now back.
Welcome back to the podcast. You can go to Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Anchor, all in the same name at the Kingdom Pod PH. We also have our website being set up right now, so you can go to thebunkph.com/the Kingdom Pod PH. That's all basically in one name. Also, our email. You can email us now at thekingdompodph@thebunkph.com. Welcome back to the show. This is Yuuki with Mikee here. This is the Kingdom Podcast Season 2. Mikee, you can follow Mikee on Twitter. What was your Twitter account again, Mikee?
It's at Hallelujah. HALLEMOOJAH. Like hallelujah, but hallelujah.
See, this is like very witty. Look at that. And you're deactivating. You shouldn't. You shouldn't.
Let's see.
I guess, just keep the account.
I won't deactivate it. It's just there.
We'll talk about it later. We'll talk about it later. How what's gonna happen next, basically. All right. So, Mamamoo topics right now. Were you able to watch CaveCon?
Yes, illegally.
Illegally. We were able to watch CaveCon illegally too. And the only reason why is because CaveCon fucking sucks.
Yes.
Like, we bought the ticket. And
you did?
Yeah, I did. Like, we did. And now they owe us like how much? $30? $35? Ali! Bingi ang puta. Han! How much was the CaveCon again? 1,800 pesos. How's the refund going? Oh, we got refunded? Screw them. Fuck them. It's like, fuck you, CaveCon. Hate you. Here's the topic. After CaveCon's horrible, like, that's an understatement, horrible production of the concert, do you think, and after Wheein signing with the Live, do you think that's going to be the last OT4 concert for a while?
This is the part when I'm really, really torn. Because I know the girls love to perform. The stage is their world. Tama ba? Baliktad. The world is their stage. Yeah, the stage is their world.
The stage is their world, yeah.
They love to perform, and they are really eager to perform. In the middle of the pandemic, I saw one tweet a few months ago that they were scheduled in an arena last May. The concert was supposed to be last May, and then they had to cancel it, and they had to push through.
Is this MOA Arena? No, sorry. Shout out!
Wow.
No, because like they were supposed to have the concert back in 2020. Remember?
Mm-mm.
And then it got canceled for like reasons unknown to the public. So I totally agree with you. They love performing, but with the with the signing of Wheein with the live, like, do you honestly think that this is going to be the last OT4 concert for a while? Because I think so.
Yes, I think so. Though it's really hard for me to accept it, but I think it's really their last because earlier Solar had a V Live, nag V Live siya. And then she told us that because she was going to have a solo appearance in Immortal Songs, like just her.
See? Mm-hmm.
Just her. And then a fan asked her, are there going to be any Mamamoo activities in the future? And she said, bigla niya talaga. There are no plans in the future. Like there are really no activities for Mamamoo in the future this year. And I really think it's really starting to hit us the reality that this might be the last concert. Oh no.
And I think that's solely fine. We've gotten Mamamoo a whole lot anyway. And look, I'm the last person you can think of when it comes to hoping for that to be the last concert. Obviously, I want to see them more, but we gotta be like we gotta be a bit real when
Realistic.
it comes to realistic when it comes to thinking about things like this. Because she's with a different company now, and with how she signed, and like I don't know what's going to happen, obviously, right? She signed a contract with the Live but promised to still be with Mamamoo. So with the new contract signing, probably there has to be some sort of work that needs to be done when it comes to revenue. Because if I were Ravi and Wheein still getting money from RBW because of how she promotes with Mamamoo, I would want to get some sort of money for that as well. That's business. So think about it in a business standpoint, where you gotta be realistic there. Like they, as a company, the Live as a company would definitely want to get revenue out of Wheein still being with Mamamoo. And if that's going to be the case, then, that contract needs to have some sort of, I don't know, provision.
Common grounds.
Yeah, common ground and provision where, okay, it's like she can do Mamamoo stuff, but we got to get money for it. Which is, the usual thing. That's how it is. Ganun talaga. That's business. And I just feel that hopefully we wouldn't really know what how the contracts went, right? I mean, wala naman talaga nakakaalam ano yung nangyari dun sa contract signing, kung ano yung contents ng contract na yun, but like, we're all hoping that Wheein can still promote with Mamamoo. But it hasn't really, panned out as if Wheein will still stick around with OT4. Except for the much song that they did. It's like, I don't know how many Mumus there was, but except for that song, which is obviously would probably be the last song for a while. And that's totally fine, I mean, she definitely deserves it. I feel that this is the time for Wheein to work on herself, to work on her idol image as an individual, as a solo artist. Plus, with Ailey being there in the Live, that's such a huge thing when it comes to collaboration stages, collaboration songs. Friggin' A, they can even make like a unit with just the two of them, and I feel like it'll sell so much. But she just has to work with herself, and I think that's the mature thing for us Mumus to try and understand and support her on. Because supporting her is one thing, and I feel don't get me wrong, I definitely feel that most of the Mumus are supporting her. Don't get me wrong, but like some of us are still being in the doubting end, where it's like, shit, ba't umalis ka, ganto ganyan dapat OT4 blah blah blah. And it's like, if you're a new fan, I would understand, but if you're an old fan, you would know how RBW treated her and how a lot of things are needed to be worked on. And I feel that her leaving and her signing with the Live, which is a very promising label, would be totally great for her and her self-esteem, because that's she needs it. She basically needs it. How say you?
You know what hurts me the most?
Yeah.
I really thought, Wasa would join her because I think of that as buy one take one.
Me too.
Wheein and Wasa. If Wheein leaves, Wasa will join, or if Wasa will leave, Wheein will join.
Yeah, but then again, like I said this on a previous episode back then, I know that Wasa will definitely sign back with RBW because they're doing her right. Look, can you compare her promotions to Wheein's though?
Oh yeah.
Right? I mean, look, we're not really... If we're going to compare Wasa's promotions to Wheein's promotions, I would say that RBW is doing her right. If the point of comparison is Wheein's promotion. And plus, it's doing her wonders. She's the most famous member. Probably a lot of people will disagree with me on that. Fuck you all. You know that's true. And that there's nothing wrong with that. Wherever she goes, Mamamoo goes.
Yes. Solar said that the success of one member is the success of all of Mamamoo.
Exactly. And for the longest time, we've been standing Mamamoo. And since Gogo Bebe, that's the only time where like the fandom really skyrocketed to like a whole different proportion. Were you there when Nonismondul was out, when the Kakumani was out, freaking Windflower was out, one of the best songs I've ever heard in K-pop? Windflower is one of the best songs in K-pop history for me. And
I agree. Yes.
Were you
but
all
really
there, guys? Like, and it's not like the hierarchy thing, don't get me wrong. Oh, but Yuuki, putang ina mo. It's not about yung tagal mo pagiging fan. Yeah, I know, Dick, it's not. But if you're in just joining the fandom just now or just after Gogo Bebe, it's like you have no right to tell us what to support or not support. Because if you feel that, kasi gato, dapat OT4 lang eh, blah, 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 fuck you. It's like you have no idea what Wheein went through. No idea.
And that is the reason why maybe I think there are also solo stands. Can we talk about that?
Absolutely. Fuck them. That's it. End of story. I'm kidding.
Some moose really hate those solo stands.
Some moose. All moose. Fuck them.
Yeah, all moose. They really... Actually, I am in a GC with tweets. It's like exposing again another revelation.
I love it. Okay, what's going on in the GC?
They're all like solo stands of Wasa. And because, to be honest, oh my God, here's another revelation.
What's happening here?
I'm in a transition from being a mumu to being a tweet, like a solo stand of Wasa, because it's really...
Whoa, wow,
yes,
really?
Yes, I find it really overwhelming this past months to become an OT4 because there's parang an influx of activities of the solo members. I like it. Thank God they have solo activities. Pero it's really overwhelming for me, and I feel like there's really like parang imbalance between all the members. So that started parang may spark sa akin na, maybe I should start solo standing Wasa. And with that, maybe I can focus more on my efforts as a fan to her. I'm not really abandoning the other three members, pero I feel like I will grow more.
Yeah, you're not like some of the solo stands where hate nila ibang members, obviously.
Oh, right? I'm not like them. I support everyone. I told one of my friends na who's a tweet, solo stand of Wasa, and I told her na there's a gray area between a mumu and a tweet, and I'm in that gray area right now. I'm really torn.
Wow,
if I'm going...
this is interesting.
Yes, I'm really torn if I'm going to push through with my OT4 agenda.
I mean,
with my mumu.
I mean, why though, Mikey? And this is probably me talking you out of it, right? I mean, you say that you're going to be, I guess that'll help you have like a centered support where it'll help you grow and stuff. But like, is that even possible where you stand OT4 and then like just like how? I mean, and yet you're supporting all the other three members, which is obviously which is the right thing to do. But solo standings, like that's just very... Wow, this is the first time I'm actually talking to someone that's thinking about that. This is very interesting to me. It's like, how will you try and pull that off?
The thing is, I'm not really that open when my opinions and on Twitter and the timeline. I really talk about my opinions in my friends within the GC. And one thing that really, really pushed me to deciding if I'm going to be a solo stan is there's this, ano ba, ang hirap i-explain?
Explain it in Filipino, I don't care.
Para kasing, masyado nang hindi pantay-pantay yung nakikita kong pagtrato sa members. Even though, like way before they're in the same company, may times talaga na nali-left out palagi si Wasa. And I think parang may Yes. There are
She's the
minuscule
most
things.
famous of them all. Like, obviously,
Yes.
like, I'm debating with you, not in a bad way. Don't get me wrong. It's just that, like, what the fuck? How is she being left out? She has the most promotions.
Well, the thing is, Yuuki, there's this minuscule things, very, very small things that Twits would notice from the other members. Like, why is Solar having this blah blah blah? Why is Wheein not having a lot, and etc. etc. But Wasa doesn't have this kind of like promotion or like benefit, quote unquote. And then
cite an example, please. Like, I really want to talk about this. This is a good topic. This is a better topic than what we wrote. Fuck. It's like, what's happening here?
Sige, let me think of something. Like way before Wasa's like Wasa's prime. Tama ba prime? Yung height ng career niya. She has the least variety appearances as a solo member. Like, konting-konti talaga. Oh my God, the Twits made a list. I can't find it where. My God, am I exposing them?
Yeah, like, Twits, don't get me wrong. First of all, you need to change the name. Second of all, it's like, look, you're clamoring for something that is non-existent to all members. You have to realize things like that. Where I definitely get what you're saying, and I'm not agreeing nor disagreeing with you, Mikey. And obviously, like, I'm saying this as a friend. Like, we're not gonna fight. Obviously, I mean, that's not what I'm aiming for. It's just that it's like you're clamoring for something that is non-existent to all members. That if ever that someone from Mamamoo has an appearance, that's the only appearance that member gets. And that doesn't necessarily mean that all three other members are getting the same amount of appearances. It's just that at one point, Solar's the most famous. And then, Twit happened, and then everything just went 180, and now Wasa is like, the most relevant member of all of them. Not that... not that one of them isn't relevant. It's just that Wasa is she just blew up. And I just feel a bit it's not concerned that the word I'm looking for is not concerned, but it's just a bit weird for me that Wasa stans, like solo Wasa stans, are clamoring for some sort of appearance from Wasa because the other members are getting that and Wasa isn't, when in fact Wasa had Refund Sisters. Wasa had like freaking Refund Sisters was huge.
Yes, very huge.
Massively huge. Yeah, it's a big thing. Not only for Wasa, but freaking for the entire industry. It's like you have Jung-hwa there, you have fucking Jessie, Lee Hyori,
oh my
freaking legends in the industry, and then you throw in Wasa, who is just like the biggest X factor of all of them, and it's like, dude, it's like that's why I feel that if that's going to be, and don't get me wrong, I love you, Mikey. Like, if I just feel that if the Wasa stans are looking into this as if, look, I don't see Wasa in a lot of shit, unlike the other members. It's like, which other member are you talking about? It's like, all of them aren't getting shit. That's why I wanted to ask you, like, cite me an example. What comparison are we looking at? I gotta know.
Sige, let me think. My God,
Wow, this
nag-blackout
is
ako
such an
bigla.
interesting topic. And thank you very much for giving me this, Mikey. This is such a good topic. This is radio gold. See,
Well, you only get it from me.
Yeah, exactly. You're a perfect fit for this podcast. Fucking hell.
So let's see. Tweets really noticed Mong Chungis. Let's call it Mong Chungis.
Oh, yeah,
the
yeah,
Korean.
Mong Chungis, yeah.
Mong Chungis really noticed the very little things. For example, in Mamamoo TV, you know Mamamoo TV, like you know, behind the scenes footage, Wasa has the least scenes in Mamamoo TV videos. She has the least screen time. That's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah.
And then they would really bring, oh my God, which even led to a point where, you know, they canceled Mamamoo TV Uni, the one who edits and videos them.
Okay, but did it ever occur to Mong Chungis that that probably the content didn't have Wasa? That the content would probably have very little Wasa content to begin with when it comes to the raw footage?
You see, that's the thing, Because I realized also that maybe Wasa is not really that, you know,
That's
that
right.
type of girl
That's right.
na would really show up biglaan na lang sa camera
That's
or
right.
pop up from this. And then I realized that's where I'm really torn. Like, the tweets are saying this and Mumus are saying this. So, saan ako lulugar?
It's like, you know, dude, don't get me wrong. I totally respect the opinions of the Mong Chungis. I would probably call you that because I don't like twits because it's very derogatory for me. But you know, you guys, like, I don't know. You gotta look at both sides of the story here, both pictures. Kasi I just feel that most of you are clamoring for something that you think Wasa doesn't get. Yet, if you look at the bigger picture, all of the members don't get that. It's like, I just feel that Wasa still, and I'm speaking unbiasedly right now because Wheein's my bias. So you would know I speak unbiasedly. Wasa is the most famous member of Mamamoo. And I just don't get why. I don't get, like, where that narrative comes from, where you feel that the members are getting things that Wasa isn't. It's like the members aren't getting shit. Like, all of them. All of them. That's why one of them left. You have to, like, I don't know, like, look, I'm not gonna be the guy where I'm gonna debate with all of you. But if you want me to be that guy, I can do that as well. It's just that I'm just saying. It's like, I don't want to say that your narrative is wrong. I'm just saying that the narrative is something uncanny to all four members. You're clamoring for something that the other members aren't really getting as well. And that's where it confuses me. Why it came to a point where you think that she's not getting the same amount of exposure, yet all of them aren't getting any kind of exposure. And I get what you mean, Mikey, and that, you know, I totally respect that. That's why you're probably torn right now. You're in that gray area. You're in the no safe zone. Kasi you don't really know what's happening behind the scenes. All we know right now is that, you know, what are the facts? Number one, Wheein left because it was shit. Her promotions were shit. Her songs were not bad, obviously, but was promoted like shit. And Solar's being very relevant right now because of, you know, her appearances and whatnot. Moonbyul has that freaking
night.
That radio show. But that's it. It's like, what's Wasa doing? Oh, look, I don't know. Freaking being a queen elsewhere and fucking doing Refund Sisters, which is the biggest project any Mamamoo member has ever done. Like, she's releasing songs with other people. She did it with Loco. She did it with friggin' Refund Sisters. She did it with Jongwa. So I don't get where the narrative comes from where she's not getting promoted as much. I don't understand. She's getting all the promotion with all of the good members or with all of the good people. People are talking about her even without her being in the show, where they're saying that shit, Wasa's so fucking good. Because she is. And I don't fucking understand. So, like, look, I love you, Mikey. And probably I'm going to like some of your friends in the group chat. But it's like, probably you can have someone from the group chat explain to me. You know, you can tell them, hey, I appeared in this podcast. And then, like, the host was really intrigued about solo standing and whatnot. Maybe you can ask them, like, one or two of them to join the two of us. Like, you and me as hosts. And then the two of them as guests. And then, like, maybe we can have that all-out debate where obviously I'm not gonna fight with them. Like, you know, hindi naman ganun yung gusto ko mangyari. But, it's like, I want to understand because, like, solo standing is so freaking taboo for me. Unless it's just way out of proportion. Because if proportion is what we're looking at, and that's why I totally understand where Mikey's coming from, why he's in the gray area, is because we really don't know all of the facts. And what the facts are already presented. And number two, you're standing the most famous and most relevant member of the group. I don't get it.
Well.
What a topic, Mikey. Jesus Christ, you got me all riled up. I love you for
Natakot
that.
ako bigla.
No, I'm not fighting you. Not at all. The exact opposite, actually. Because you just gave me such a great topic. That's why you're a perfect fit for this show.
But the thing is, I'm not really that person when, you can really talk about solo standing because I'm in that, in that gray area right now.
That's right.
Maybe soon.
Yeah.
Maybe we can talk to someone. I know someone.
Yeah, maybe someone, very, very vocal and someone that's really, into the solo standing since probably day one or whatnot. Because I need to understand. And this is not all for mumus as well. Like, if you listen to, like, this podcast, I'm a big mumu. Mamamoo would still probably be my bias group right now. And for the longest time, I have despised. That's the term. I've despised solo stands. And now we have Mikey here who's going to more or less inching towards that solo standing and me kind of stopping him. Yet, at the same time, like, I'm not really fighting him because, I like him. I like his personality and whatnot. And it doesn't change a thing. It's like, it's not pag solo stand ka na, Mikey, di na kita papansinin. It's not that. Like, obviously, because, his personality is really good for me. And I could care less. It's just that, like, I need to understand, which is the very first time that we had, like, a super solid topic towards solo standing. And I've been talking about solo standing for fucking 15, 20 minutes already. And I'm sorry, I know you're the guest, but man, like, I need to understand. Like, I am excited to understand. Because for the longest time, I've had this sort of fucking mentality towards solo stands. Because they have, you guys, and talking about the solo stands, you guys have that sort of image where you guys are pretty kind of toxic, to be honest.
Yeah, branded as the villains.
Yeah, you guys are the villains, obviously. Because, hey, you guys are the ones that are just standing one person and then you could care less about the others. Some of you are even openly saying na, oh, si Wasa ganito pero puta, pangit naman ni Solar. Ganyan. Abs lang naman meron siya ganyan. So, things like that, and it's like that I cannot take. Mikey, do you have friends like that? Like, you don't have to name their names, obviously. It's like, do you have friends like that solo stands, mongchongis na
I have
other members?
I don't have. Let's see.
Have you encountered people like that?
I did. Actually, I did. I know someone.
How did you approach that?
Hindi ko sila pinapansin.
So they're not part of the group. They're not part of the group chat.
No, not really. I saw them from other group chats. But the thing is, I'm not really that very active when it comes to the Mong Chinese GC because I find it really overwhelming. Walang endless, rants about this and that. So I, pass.
Ah.
Kasi when it comes, kasi some of them, are saying things that, maybe beyond below the belt like that. And I mean, I want to leave the GC, but I can't because I already made friends with those
Yeah, I
persons.
mean, obviously, right. I mean, it's not necessarily being a toxic fan. It's just
Yes.
that, I get what you mean, and I totally understand. It's just that, wow. I mean, look,
And as long as they're not attacking me, I'm
I
good
guess
with them.
yeah, you're good with them. Yeah, absolutely. And that goes for me as well. Like solo stand all the fuck you want. So it's just that as long as you're not belittling me or the
others.
other members, like I'm totally fine. Totally fine. And it's just that I just don't get why Wasa out of all the members. Because you'll never know what kind of content, what kind of raw content they have that Wasa only gets. Like, Wasa gets the best lines in their songs!
Well, here's another thing. The thing which, there's this instant. Remember last year when Wasa had a controversy with
Doesn't she always have one? So what? Which of them?
Oh my god. The one in I Live Alone where she wore, traditional, quote unquote African.
Okay. Yeah.
Maybe because some of Moose really like parang hinayaan na lang. They never really cared about that controversy. They never defended her. They just, may ibang ang nagpakita talagang OT3 sila.
Right.
Like nakita na. And siguro yan yung pinanghuhugutan ng ibang solo stands. Like, why are you not defending Wasa? You're an OT4. And then you're just gonna, in a snap of a finger, you're gonna ditch her. And you're not gonna defend her.
And look where we are. Any of them, controversy or not, no one's defending them as well.
Yes.
Oh my god, I have to I don't know, is this look, you're major in education. Please educate us. It's like I need to be educated. It's like, how are you clamoring for something for a certain member which the other members don't get as well? I do not understand. Please help me. It's insane.
All right, for more details, let's...
For more details, kindly follow us on the Kingdom Pod PH. We'll have a part 2 of this episode. Good shit.
Let's just focus on solo standing. That's the main
that's
topic.
the topic. That's the main topic. Solo standing. Yay or nay? Putang ina. We'll get to our last commercial break. We need a break. Fucking A. Last commercial break. When we come back, more of Mamamoo and probably the solo stand, and the reason why Mikee will be stopping basically his fan account or whatnot, and we'll get a better understanding on that when we come back from the break. So please do not go away.
Hey, this is Jacques, aka Arcady Blog, and you're listening to the Kingdom Podcast with the voice DJ Yuuki.
Hey podcasters. Podcasting has become a staple when it comes to new things to try, especially here in the Philippines. Check all of them out on your podcast players like Spotify or Apple Podcasts. We also hope you can donate to the show for as low as 99 cents via our Anchor account. You can go to anchor.fm/thekingdompodph/support. We want to get as much content out there as possible, and a small amount like this would definitely help us out to keep the show going. Thanks for listening to the podcast. Now let's get back to the show.
Hey guys, do you use Spotify as your main music or podcast player? On Spotify, you can listen to all your favorite songs or shows, including this. And you can choose over a variety of artists or podcasters for your listening pleasure. So go download Spotify on your smartphones, and in the process, follow us on social media so that you'll know when the show will release a new episode. That's the Kingdom Pod PH on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. See you there!
Hey you. Doing this podcast thing for years now, I've always been an advocate to start your own podcast. Regardless if you talk about K-pop, science, news, politics, showbiz, start doing it because podcasting is growing very quickly, not just in the Philippines, but also worldwide. There's a whole lot of new shows out there, and we as podcasters need to stay informed in order to stay relevant. The best way to do that is with data, numbers, and analytics. Something to keep track of how you're doing. And the best way to get it all in one place is Podmetrics, your one-stop shop for all your podcast data needs. Podmetrics combines data from Anchor, Spotify, Chartable, Facebook Live, and YouTube in order to show you the real picture of how your show is doing. And when you know your show, you can grow your show. The best part is it's absolutely free. Sign up now at podmetrics.co. That's podmetrics.co. And don't forget to use the referral code TheKingdomPodcast. No spaces. Podmetrics, the only analytics you'll ever need for your podcast.
This is Mo Twister, and you're listening to the Kingdom Podcast with the voice DJ Yuuki.
Welcome back to the podcast. This is basically the time where I invite you to support the podcast by going to anchor.fm/thekingdompodph/support. You can donate as low as 99 cents via the Anchor account to help us keep the show going. So if you want to support the podcast by some sort of monetary way, you can go to anchor.fm/thekingdompodph/support. You're still with me, Yuuki, with Mikey here for the Kingdom Podcast Season 2. Mikey?
Yes?
Hell yeah, what a topic, what a fuck.
Oh my God.
What the fuck?
Hiningal ako. What the hell?
Ako rin eh, hiningal din ako eh. It's like, Jesus Christ. But, yeah, I guess, like, you know, I want to apologize to the listeners. It's probably like a heavy, you know, episode that we have here. A lot of the things that we're going to talk about are mostly what's going to happen for Mamamoo, like, you know, in the future and whatnot, with Wheein leaving and everything happening in between. So, you know, as one of the last topics that we're going to talk about, Mikey.
Yes.
Now that Wheein left, what's your realistic expectation for the future of Mamamoo? What's going to happen next?
Okay, in my opinion lang naman po. Sige, in my opinion, since Wheein left, Mamamoo will, the members, Solar, Moonville, and Wasa, will focus more on their solo activities na rin. Yun na talaga yung pinaka, nila, focus. And then with the amount of contents like Mamamoo is giving to us fans, Mumus, parang they're advertising it as gift na lang. Parang it's a clear message na rin of their withdrawal and their hiatus as a group. Kasi I see this the best album. Kasi sabi ko, if one day mag-release ang Mamamoo ng album with a compilation album, if they release a compilation album, this is a sign that it's either they will be disbanding or they will have a hiatus. Oo. Ito na yung apparition. Ito na yung yung panghuhusga, yung last judgment. Ito na yung sign talaga na magkakaroon sila ng like a total shift sa career nila.
Yeah, but it's probably not a bad thing if you think about it, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, obviously Mamamoo's not going to be like an ongoing thing until they're 50. It's probably the right time for them to start working on themselves as individuals.
Yes.
Kasi, you know, they're relevant. Obviously they are, but like, you know, Mamamoo as a group is not going to be, you know, relevant until they're 60, 50, 40 years old. Like, they have to start probably acting, probably doing solo stuff, and that's also for them. I mean, they have to think about their own features, individual features. Probably some of them are dating, obviously. Like, probably some of them are. Wheein.
Wasa.
Wasa. So, you'll never know, you know? I mean, I guess I gotta agree with you on that, Mikey. The best, if they release something like that, which is obviously a recurring theme for a lot of groups.
Yes.
If they do that, that's the sign of the end. Not the end of Mamamoo. Don't get me wrong. But probably the end of a constant roll of promotions as a group. Probably they'll have one comeback per year. Probably they'll have one comeback every 2 years. Who knows? But with the current situation, with the pandemic, and at the same time with Wheein leaving RBW, it's gonna be a very different approach on how Mamamoo is going to be for SOT4.
And I'm not really worried about their solo activities because she's be guesting. She's a panel, right? Or a judge.
She's a panelist. Yeah.
Yeah, panelist. There's Solar Sido, and then for example, for Moonbyul, she has a radio show, so she's good.
Yeah.
For Wasa, she likes music. She likes releasing music, and then a lot of ads, variety show appearances here and there, photo shoots, and then for Wheein, I'm really curious what will happen to Wheein because her company is not really that established talaga.
Right.
Not that big. I'm really worried for her because what could the company can possibly offer, given that
I can trust the fact that Ailey is there. I'm a big Ailey fan, and I've liked her ever since. And with what Wheein can provide the company, I just feel that Ailey and Wheein will make very, very good music because both of them are just tremendously good singers. And any agency would be lucky to have Wheein. As an individual artist, I'm not that concerned for Wheein. What I'm mostly concerned for is Moonbyul, actually.
Oh, why?
Yeah, because like the radio stint. It's not the best gig to have. You get what I mean?
Yes.
Where don't get me wrong, like obviously she's getting a lot of good guests on the show. Like she recently had Luna there, so which is super cool. So don't get me wrong, it's not that. It's just that like radio stints in Korea are not really I guess probably a lot of people would disagree with me on this because a lot of big group names have have done radio shows. Jonghyun of SHINee once did a radio show. Freaking Eunhyuk, some Super Junior members like Itok also did that as well. So really big groups, but I don't know, like I would feel like still the small screen, the TV gig would still probably be a better gig, obviously, because of visual appearances and fees like that. As far as like financially speaking, TV is still like a better suited thing happening for the industry compared to radio. But it's like I'm mostly concerned about her just because of that. Because she's not really getting a lot of guestings for TV. She's getting some YouTube guestings, right? On like different channels. But apart
and
from
featurings
that,
also.
Yeah, featurings too. So I guess like more music, obviously, because Mamamoo are musicians, so they would definitely have some more music up their sleeve. But do you think that the next comeback will be an OT3 comeback? Because I think so.
I think. Interesting.
I think so. I think the next comeback will be an OT3 comeback.
Because, EXID happened also. There's the same case with EXID when Soulji had
with Soulji having that hiatus going on, they released OT4.
They promoted as 4 and it went not that well. But it went fine. Yes, it's fine. It went fine. And I think given that if they have a comeback soon, kasi kailangan din naman ng pera ng RBW.
Not gonna happen. We'll probably talk about that later on, but okay, but yeah, OT4. I just don't feel like it's gonna be an OT4 comeback.
Yes, me too.
I feel that Wheein would probably have that sort of epiphany with herself. She already have, but I feel that that's going to be like just multiplied tenfold because of like having a different company, having that the same culture that you were used to being changed, and probably she'll get more promotions, more songs, more releases, more projects with the live. We'll never know, but look, I'm not really that expected. Not into the whole idea of the live. But don't get me wrong, I love the fact that Wheein left RBW. I'm one of the few
same
guys.
here.
I'm one of the few guys who are saying that, look, I would still love OT4 until forever, which is not which is not a real thing. But don't get me wrong, like I want her to leave RBW because RBW shit. So I'm one of the few guys that are actually ever since supported her by saying, look, girl, you gotta leave that shithole. Don't get me wrong, I love OT4, but I need to think of your own self-being. Because how are you to continue as 4 members if you're broken? That's like OT3.5, you know? And that's not happening. It has to be a whole. And you can't do that with sticking with RBW, which she obviously did not, which is great.
Well, technically, maybe all of them should have left RBW.
Yeah, that's fair, but like realistically, since we're in the topic of realistic expectations, realistically, not one agency can afford Mamamoo as OT4.
Yes.
They just can't. They just can't. Like, obviously, there's a different thing going on. Kasi, you know, they were under RBW, so, you know, discounted price, you know? Get what I mean?
Discounted.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, that's part of probably one of their provisions. Kasi, like, you know, RBW gave them their name and, like, promoted them at their quote-unquote best. So they can get, like, a discounted fare on what they're paying for Mamamoo. But imagine if Mamamoo went to, like, an agency like, what, SM? Fucking JYP? They can't afford Mamamoo. Because they're already doing the aespa and the Twice and the ITZYs, and it's just way different. Probably Hybe can't afford them.
Yes, pwede, carry.
Wheein,
Wasa naman.
Pwede mo sabihan yung boyfriend mo sa Hybe na ano?
Boyfriend?
Oh, you don't know that rumor?
Ano yan?
Last night. You know, that one of the members there. Like a dynamite. You know, the good-looking member from.
Oh,
all of them are good-looking.
That one.
But, you know, the one-lettered guy there. One-lettered name guy.
Oh yes, him.
That guy. You know, rumors are.
Oh yes, I know that.
Yeah, Wheein and that guy. The guy, his name rhymes with B.
Spoon feeding na pala to.
Sorry. Yeah, the guy rhyming with the name rhymes with B. You know, probably is dating Wheein. I'm all for that. So you know, freaking good stuff.
But the thing is, I don't really care about dating rumors and.
Yeah, I mean, I could care less. Go date, fucking A. It's like you guys, and I've been saying this for the longest time. Whatever you're doing, they're doing as well.
Yes, they're humans.
They're human.
Tao rin naman sila.
If you're fucking masturbating, they're masturbating as well.
Sandali na bigla ako doon.
So they're not if you're taking a shit, they're taking a shit as well. You know, they're not gods. I'm just saying, that's what I kept on saying. Kung ikaw hindi ka nakikipag-sex, wag mong igaya sa kanila yun. Nakikipag-sex sila. Hindi nila kasalanang pangit kang tao, di ba? I mean, tsaka, you know, what's my most famous line here? It's like, kung nakikipag-date sila, gantihan mo makipag-date ka rin. Wala kami magagawa kung pangit ka at wala ka makitang kadate mo. That's the reality of things. I love this episode already. Oh my god. And I'm posting this on a Sunday, which is I don't know, but I can't wait. I can't post it right now because it's super late, but it's I'm posting this on a Sunday, so shit. Oh my god, I love it already. I want everyone to listen to this episode. This is my favorite episode so far of the season. Jesus
really?
Christ.
I'm actually scared because of the things I said.
No, don't be. Fuck them. Putang ina. It's
anyway.
You're gonna you're gonna reach. Here's a piece of advice from Kuya Yuuki. Okay, you're gonna reach a certain point in your fanboy life where you're gonna stop caring about other people, and I hope that happens to you soon. Kasi the sooner you start not caring about what other people think, unless na lang yung mga sinasabi mo sobrang pangit talaga. I mean, that's a different thing, right? But your opinions, you're entitled to that. And whatever the other people may think about your opinion, you should care less. Kasi
yes,
that's you. That's how you were raised. That's what you view in life. And you don't answer to anyone. You don't have to. At one point, you're going to stop caring. And the sooner you realize that you should stop caring, the sooner your fanboying life will prosper. I realized that early in my K-pop life. I've been standing K-pop for 12 years now.
Wow,
and I realized that since 2009. And I realized that around 2011 or 2012, mga ganun. So, yeah, the sooner you get there, the sooner you'll be happier. So for the for the people that deactivate their Twitter kasi daw sobrang toxic, obviously they're emotionally they can't take the heat, and that's totally understandable. But at one point, like, if once you realize that everything is happy and dandy, like, it's totally fine. And that's where the real fanboying or fangirling starts. Kasi hindi mo na iniisip yung repercussions ng kung ano yung masabi mo unless na lang sobrang maling-mali yun. I know you're on mute because of the dog, so it's totally
yes,
fine.
ano ba yan? Nakakabwisit.
It's like, roar. Okay, shit.
sorry.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. I have
Sa
3 dogs here.
magkukulong ako sa ref.
I love it. Okay, so now that we're talking about the future, right?
Mm-hmm.
The future of RBW is
Purple kiss on the top.
Ali loves them. I don't like them. So,
I don't care about them.
Yeah, not at least not yet, And I wanted to get your insight on it. Obviously, you know Purple Kiss, right? I mean,
yes, I know them.
They're under RBW, so kind of relevant for us Mumus. So, do you think it factors in when it comes to the sales and streams that Purple Kiss and Mamamoo's comebacks overlapped?
Siguro there's a part of it that would have really affected Mamamoo's comeback. Because I realized it too when RBW announced that there will be another group, a girl group. Mm-hmm. I realized na this is like another sign na Mamamoo is going to end soon.
Right, that's right.
And it's part of the parang rotational or cycle in a K-pop, in the world of K-pop, and in terms of companies na rin. There are groups that will come and go. And I think when those two groups had their comebacks at the same time, syempre, there will be a parang division or hati yung attention ng company. And syempre, kung saan kasi bagong-bago pa ang Purple Kiss, so matunog pa yan sa tenga ng maraming tao. People are really interested in them. So I think it really affected Mamamoo's comeback and sales and streaming, because I know that some Momos are also, what do you call the fans of Purple Kiss? Puki ba? Hindi.
Puki? Ano?
Purple Kiss. Puki.
Oh my God! Jesus Christ!
Yan ang tawag nila. Kung Mamamoo.
No! Oh my God! That's horrible! Man, what do you call Purple Kiss fans?
Tulips ba?
What? Flory!
Oh! Akala ko Puki. Ano pala yun?
It's so good! Oh my God! It's so good yet bad at the same time. Oh my gosh.
SPG na pa.
SPG. No. It's always been SPG. Fucking A. So Plories, right. Oh my God, I hate that fandom. Yeah, I like Puki even more. Okay, so look. Obviously, RBW just lost their biggest money-making group, right?
The milking cows.
Yeah, the milking
milkers.
cows. Obviously, and look, I don't think that it factored on the low sales and streaming. Kasi obviously Purple Kiss doesn't have the support that Mamamoo has yet, you know. That goes for fans and for the agency. That's number one. Number two, I just feel that the comeback was a bit half-assed. And I think when writing this, we're talking about the Mumu Much comeback, right?
Yes.
And I just feel that it's not a banger of a song. It's like it's not bad. Don't get me wrong, but it's not a banger of. It's not Go Go Bebe. It's not Dekal Kumani. You know, it's not those songs. But it's a feel good song. You know.
Yes.
But you know, feel good songs like I love Woohoo better than Moo Much. You know, how many Mumus are there in that song? 4. Moo Much.
Moo Much.
Moo Much, whatever. So even the title sucked. So I don't get me wrong, I didn't hate
and the
the
MV
song.
sucked too.
Yeah, it kind of did. Yeah, don't get me wrong, I didn't hate the song. Like songs I hate. Aya, that song I hate. This is not something I hate. So, you know, it's fine. It's just that I feel that it was made half-assed. Like it was just made for the sake of making a song to say quote unquote goodbye.
Goodbye.
So, you know, that because Where Are We Now was
Where Are We Now?
That was great. That was an awesome song. Such a tremendously emotional song. But I think they should have stuck with that na lang as like the quote unquote goodbye song than the Moo Much, you know? So I don't feel that it factored in because Purple Kiss's comeback overlapped with theirs. It's just that the song wasn't, you know, that good. And I can accept that as a Mumu. And I will berate them as a Mumu because I know that they can do better. Plus with Purple Kiss, like it didn't really occur to me yet that Purple Kiss will definitely take the helm. Like to be the standard bearer for RBW. Not yet. Not in that stage yet. Are they talented? Hell yeah, they're talented. Fucking A. They're writing their own songs.
Yes.
That's impressive. They're very young. But no, not yet. Not in that level yet, and I feel that they still have a lot of things that they need to work on, but I just feel that as the money-making Mamamoo group is now not there anymore, hopefully they can survive with the one groups and Purple Kiss, because I have no idea how they're gonna do that. Because regardless of how talented One We, One Us, and Purple Kiss are, like the support isn't there yet, and I don't feel like Mamamoo is gonna happen anytime soon. Because it just did, and it'll take us probably at least a year for us to get any sort of comeback. Probably solo promotions will be, you know, best suited for what's going to happen in the next year. But I don't see any group promotions for Mamamoo anytime soon. That's my realistic expectation. Because it factors in how it doesn't really overshadow Mamamoo's comeback when it comes to Purple Kiss releasing theirs. It was never that. If we're going to look at even... let me try and look at the metrics. Moo Much. Moo Much lang pala.
Moo Much. Tatlong...
Ay, oo nga, Moo Much nga. Okay, so fuck. Okay, so it has 7.8 million views in 3 days, right? And then
Yes.
Zombie, Purple Kiss.
Yes.
16 million in 1 week.
Our goal for 1 week streams is 15 million. Let's see if we can reach it.
It's not really supposedly it's not. It's like you're gonna realize then at one point, views only matters because that's the norm. But as a fan, I could care less. I'll watch this one time, I'm done. I don't care.
May nag-guilt trip kasi eh. Dami nag-guilt trip sa timeline.
Fuck them! Tangina. Fuck all of them. Like, stream! Ganto, ganyan, ganyan. Look, I'll post a YouPorn video. Stream that. like me jacking off to whoever, and then like I'll post it. Fuck you all. Look, I love our conversation, but I gotta ask you, Mikey, as our last topic. It's like, what's happening? Why are you leaving all of a sudden?
Cue instrumental music. Charot.
Okay, what's happening here?
Sige, ano ba? Okay, let's start. Well, the thing is, in terms of my education, I'm all one and two, 3 sems away from my graduation in college.
Christ, congratulations.
Yes, thank you. And I know that in the next months to come, more work will be given to us because we're teachers, future educators. There's lesson plans here, and then a lot of teaching demos there. So I really think it's time for me to let go of my fan account because, to be honest, pressuring in my part because I've made a name. Like hindi na pa-humble naman, but I think I made a name na rin sa fandom. As this this
sure.
guy
Definitely
who edits countdown posters, who makes birthday ads for the members, and then I find it really overwhelming. Siguro before, what really held back is my kasi I have this utang na loob sa Momos because they would give me merch, may magdi-DM na lang sa amin. Hello, someone ordered this for you, someone ordered that for you. So I really think.
Can anyone do that for me? Fuck. Jesus, I'll send you my address. Putang ina.
So I found it hard the first part of my decision na umalis sa fan account ko. No, kasi I have this parang I think I have to give back to them. There's this burden in my mind thinking of I have a responsibility in this fandom. I even though the girls are not seeing my work, it helps them.
Well, you'll never know, they probably saw it. Like hindi mo alam. Yeah, you have no idea. But I'm pretty sure at one point, like all of them have social media. So they would definitely see that. No, I'm pretty sure. It's like I'm pretty sure that they saw it. And you've done wonders. But I guess this is probably the time na you can not call it quits, but just a see you later.
Yeah, see you later lang. I'm always open for the possibility of returning sa Stand With Her.
Plus,
pero
you're
not
hosting
really
this
soon.
podcast, yeah.
Ito na pala yun.
Ito na yung comeback mo, Char.
And then, there's other thing pa, with my personal problems. Kineme.
Right.
I'm secret lang natin to.
Secret lang.
Nag-move on kasi ako. Ganun.
Nag-move on ka doon kay Kay?
Hindi. Grabe, ang tagal na. Napaka-martir ko naman.
Malay mo, di mo alam. Di ka sure. May mga ganyan din.
Pero yes, there's this someone. It's like my worst heartbreak ever. Pero it's a different story na rin.
So a mix of educational and personal reasons as well.
Yes. And then the pressure na rin sa fandom. The fandom. I know they're not really, I'm doing this for free, they're not paying me.
Yeah.
But there's this pressure. I know there's this pressure. Like when I told them that I won't be doing countdown posters for this comeback, I know that a lot of people are really, really looking forward to it.
Did they resent you in any sort of way?
No, they didn't. But I think they're really disappointed. But what you said earlier.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
Yeah, that's right. So, look, good luck to you. Obviously, it's not that you're gonna need it, but that's just how it is. Like this is your second to the last semester, and it's just really, really hectic right now. Or second to the last year, right? So, it's gonna be pretty hectic. So it's totally fine. It's totally understandable. So, it's just a see you later as well. Like, a lot of people probably would be bitter, or feel affected by your decision, but Like, it's totally understandable, and they just have to understand that. And if they don't, then I guess this is your medium to tell them. It's like, what's the message for all of the people that supported you, throughout the process, and you can also guarantee them that you'll be back in some shape or form in the future.
All right. All I want to say, wow, parang pageant. Mga
Thank you for the wonderful question, Yuuki.
Thank you for the wonderful question. But I want to thank all of them. I'm really grateful to all the Momos in Twitter, especially the PH Moos, who gave me gifts, who gave me, I made friends. Oh my God. Pwede ba mag-shout out?
Absolutely. Go for it.
Sige, big shout out to my friendships sina Ate Cheska, Luis, Pracy, Ate Kaz, and my BFF, nasa Australia siya. We met through Mamamoo actually. Like, nag-comment ng story bigla. Nag-comment ako bigla sa Instagram post ng Mamamoo last year. Tapos nag-reply siya sa akin. Sabi ko, sino ba to? Bakit feeling close sa akin? Ba't nag-reply? And then tiningnan ko and I stalked her sa Instagram. Oh my God, ang ganda. Ang ganda talaga.
Sino yan?
User Jindogwi.
Ano pangalan?
User Jindogwi. Ayan. Chris, Riz, I love you, girl.
Wait, I don't. Can you type in the Instagram?
Ay, ano na lang. Chat ko lang.
Oh, chat mo nga.
Ayan. Instagram ba? Sa Twitter.
Whatever.
Twitter handle.
Like any.
Stalk mo na lang yung mumusal ka din.
I'm gonna. She's not on Instagram, so I'm gonna stalk her on Twitter. Okay.
And yes, thank you everyone. Ay, si Riz pa pala. Riz, I know you're out there. Pakinggan mo to. Thank you everyone. Ano pa bang pwedeng sabihin? Basta I'm really grateful to all the help and the friends I've made. Well, I found it once, and I'll find it again soon.
See? Look at that. Friggin' good stuff. I don't see any photos of her. Is this her?
She's really pretty. I love her.
It's like me checking out another girl while my girlfriend is just behind me.
Ate Ali, oh!
It's like, I gotta check it out. Okay, so, obviously you're gonna be back. And again, this podcast is always open for you. It's like, whatever you want to talk about.
Pwede pa lang magpa-plug pa, one last thing.
Absolutely. Go do everything that you like. OnlyFans mo ba yan? I want to see.
So second part na yun.
Ay, sa second part. Okay, sige. So
By the way, guys, I'm one of the admins of Wasa Philippines. So if you can follow that account, will be, oh my God, I forgot. We'll be refunding the donation you gave us way back in July pa. Finally, who's
what happened?
Ang bagal ng who's fund mag-refund. Ano ba yun?
Oh, okay.
And then, yung voting app. They finally refunded. We'll be posting the form soon. We're just fixing the master list of the donation list. Please follow Wasa Philippines on Facebook, Instagram, and on Twitter. Yeah.
Good shit. So, facebook.com/Wasa Philippines, right?
Yes.
Facebook.com/WasaPhilippines _WasaPH on Twitter and WasaPH on Instagram.
On Instagram.
Yep. You can also email them for more inquiries on the refund, wasafphilippines@gmail.com. See? I'm ready for you. I got you. So, yeah, good shit. Okay, too, dude, I love you sincerely.
Bye.
Please be back soon. And we gotta talk about some other stuff. Like, obviously you're into K-pop as well, right? We can talk about like general K-pop stuff. Doesn't have to be always Mamamoo related. So yeah, we'll talk about a lot of shit moving forward. And yeah, I just want to thank you as well. This is not an easy task when it comes to guesting. There's always that fear of am I gonna do well?
Yeah, it's my first time actually.
Yeah, and definitely not your last if you're gonna allow us to guest you.
Yes.
See, yeah, let's do it tomorrow. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, whenever you're available. All right, that's the show. Again, Mikey, thank you so much. So Twitter's gonna be still active, right? I mean,
yes, it's open.
Yeah, it's still open. So check him out on Twitter. It's at Hallemuja. That's HALLEMOOJAH. That's such a witty name. It's like shit.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Praise Mamamoo.
Praise Mamamoo. Mamamoo gods. That's the show. Thank you very much for listening. This will be available on all your favorite podcasting platforms. And yeah, friggin' A. We'll see you again soon for episode 12, I think. Is it 12, guys? Hello? Yeah, it is. Episode 12. Friggin' A. I don't know. Shit. 1 second. What episode are we in? Yeah, for episode 12. This is episode 11. Putang ina. I don't even know where we are. Jesus Christ. So yeah,
where are we now?
Where are we now? Iba pa nga talaga yun.
Iba
Where
pala
are you now pala yun? Where are you now? So yeah, this will be episode 12, and we'll see you again for episode 13 of the Kingdom Podcast Season 2. Thanks, you guys. Have a good one. Bye.
Bye-bye. Sarang hanu.
Sarang hanu.
The Kingdom Podcast is executively produced by The Voice DJ Yuuki and co-engineered by senior producer Jason Aguayo. Special thanks to the Kingdom Podcast creative team. You can like us on Facebook, Twitter, and Anchor at The Kingdom Pod PH. All episodes are available on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, and any other platforms you use to listen to podcasts. Thanks for listening and see you next time.